feeling like I'm academics. Can't ride away.
So okay. All right. So chat, this whole thing of speed versus this creator in DR, his name is Santiago Matias. He's known for owning the brand called Alofoke. It's the biggest, really biggest media brand. I won't even call it just biggest, musical, because they're kind of like urban music, but it's really the biggest brand I want to say in the Dominican Republic. We're going to go down a couple of things, but we're going to tie it in with another topic too. The topic we're talking about here is bots. As bots is becoming ubiquitous throughout internet culture, people are struggling to figure out what's real, what's not. I mean, at the lowest levels or shit in our world, we're wondering how long is Kendra going to keep botting for? You feel me? Like, Deutsche, could you stop using the bots, girl? We talk about bots in music all the time. Some people feel like when there's beef, there's usually botted response or pages that respond just automatically to certain things, and it's all about botting. We've seen recently Twitch make an announcement in its efforts to counteract bots. They put out a long statement saying that they're going to try their best to aggressively attack the usage of bots. Again, I keep saying the thing with bots is that the way how all of this stuff works is that it works in a way where the creator brings the audience. The platform hosts both. The views that come in then gets attracted to the advertisers who could spend money to put their content alongside it or on a 30-second break. That's how money come in. However, if those numbers of how many people are watching are inauthentic, it actually fucks up the entire ecosystem. So their statement that they put out, let me see if I could get it here, because they announced. Okay, here we go. So it's Twitch support. Actually, I'll just go to their page. Twitch support. Now, botting is at every part of the internet. So it's not only just Twitch. It's on Instagram. It's on TikTok. It's everywhere where people look at numbers. Here, wait. Where's the announcement? Did they delete it? Typical Twitch. Typical Twitch. Okay, never mind. It's still here. So they say a note on our work to combat viewbotting. This is from CEO Dan Clancy. Says there's been a lot of discussion recently about viewbotting on Twitch, and I want to share an update on our enforcement efforts. Viewbotting is bad for our business. We don't benefit from it, and we believe it harms the creator ecosystem overall. How does it? I'm ad-libbing now. How does it harm it? Well, if one person, it's like steroids in baseball. If half the league is using steroids and you're not using steroids, say you get 25 home runs at the end of the year, but somebody gets 50, and the majority of people who are using it are getting over 40, you can't compete. So you kind of like it. Viewbotting becomes a thing where if even the big streamers are using it, the small streamers eventually have to use it, right? So it says, however, effectively combating viewbotting is challenging. As we deploy updates to our real-time detection algorithms, viewbotting companies quickly respond with updates to avoid detection. Also, our detection systems must be precise enough to ensure legitimate viewers are appropriately counted. Today, we're introducing a new enforcement type, and we plan to roll out over the next few weeks. For channels identified as persistently viewbotting, we will apply a cap to the streamer's concurrent viewers for a fixed period of time on all Twitch surfaces. This cap will be based upon historical data regarding the creator's non-botted traffic. Sorry. Repeated violation will result in longer penalties. Streamers will be notified when an enforcement is applied, along with the duration of the penalty, and can appeal through the appeals portal. While streamers will be notified, we will not make a follow on announcement when we begin issuing these enforcements, and we will not share publicly the details about when and where these enforcements are. Unfortunately, providing details simply makes it easier for companies to work around our interventions. By the way, this is the same strategy that Spotify takes. Spotify does not make public announcements when they have decided to do some type of enforcement actions by removing streams. They don't say, hey, this is a person who did fake streams, and they don't even announce even punishments either. So they just kind of silently do it every month. Dan Clancy continues by saying, we believe this approach will help us make meaningful progress against viewbotting. We will continue refining our systems and expand when we apply these enforcements over time. Interesting. So this conversation of viewbotting is very common now. People are wondering who's viewbotting, who's using bots. And this is kind of went up to another level when recently Ishowspeed, who's on a Caribbean tour, thought he broke his record for the most concurrent viewers on YouTube. Now, this is another platform. So we're talking about Twitch. They're addressing it. Well, YouTube. So Ishowspeed record YouTube. So he thought he broke the record. And look.
On Twitch too, I think. I did? Bro, chat, I beat my record on Twitch.
Let's go for the record.
100K on Twitch, 1.5.
Now, ironically, the guy he's sitting next to is the guy I said his name is Santiago Matias. He is the biggest online creator in the Dominican Republic. And I've shown you his show. He has a show that's live right now on YouTube on his channel. And it's a show that's all in Spanish. And currently right now, which this is probably the lowest I've ever seen it, they have 500,000 watching. This is the lowest views I've seen. Usually they have 800,000. Usually they have close to 1 million, right? So this guy, and by the way, so this guy, according to the numbers, if the numbers are real, he's bigger than any American streamer, to be honest. He's bigger than Speed and Kai. Now, you might be like, huh? There's a more popular person. I wouldn't say more popular because I don't think these guys are more popular. But there's a more successful streamer that is pulling more numbers on a stream than Kai Cenat and Speed. And yes, combined. Because, as I said, right now, his low number is 500,000. That's his low number. Kai and Speed need to do some crazy shit just to get 500,000. Let's be honest, right? And if you put their average numbers together, it's still not 500,000. So this guy right now is really bigger than Kai and Speed together. Actually, add 8 in the mix. So there's a guy in the Dominican Republic. His name is Santiago Matias. He owns, now granted, it's not him on camera right now. This is a reality show he's doing, but it's his channel. It's kind of interesting because he'll have 1 million people watching. However, he has 8.93 million subscribers. As opposed to Speed, Ishowspeed, Speed has had 1 million only one time, and he has 53 million subscribers. So we're going to get into a little bit of, I'm going to try to do some math here and kind of analyze some stuff. But Speed has 53 million subscribers, and he's only hit 1 million legitimately one time, and that's when he went to Indonesia, right? This guy has less than 9 million subscribers, and he's at 500,000, and oftentimes it jumps up to 1 million. So they link up, and Speed's numbers go through the roof. Keep in mind, he's been going from country to country in the Caribbean. His views has been in the hundreds of thousands, but it hasn't been remotely near 1 million. He gets with this guy in DR, it jumps instantly to 1.9 million. This wasn't even the final number. It jumps to 1.9 million. Okay? So he was excited.
What the hell? Why didn't nobody tell me Dominican Republic was like this? You're doing the worst. Bro,
Okay. Then he celebrated later on him supposedly breaking this record. Okay, could I find it? All right, I'll just go to. It's on my page. It's fine. But he celebrated breaking this record. Here.
1 million! 1 million in the chat! 1 million viewers in the chat! What hell? Oh my God! Oh my God, chat! 1 M in the chat! Shout out to Dominican Republic! Oh my God! Oh my God! What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro?
Hold on.
What the hell, bro?
Hold on. Well done.
Okay, so he thought he broke the record. The next day, he gets told he didn't break the record. And YouTube contacted him to say, hey, listen, I know you thought you had 1.9 million. You only had 300,000, which is a big jump. So YouTube confirms to him that 1.6 million of what he thought was concurrent viewers were actually fake. They were bots.
Oh yeah, chap. Dior. Chat, about that stream, we never broke our record. It was a great stream, but we only peaked at around like 300K. I talked to the YouTube reps. Somebody bought that stream.
He says somebody bodied the stream.
So Indonesia still holds the record. Indonesia is still the savior of that record, chat. And tomorrow.
Okay, so he basically said Indonesia still holds the record. We didn't break the record. What happened afterwards is that a lot of people online started name calling the guy he was with, Santiago Matias, and basically saying that's the guy who probably botted the streams because they feel like his streams are kind of like too unbelievable. Remember, right now, you click on his thing, 500,000, and it's 500,000, and you know it's an early morning stream, and he usually hits. Last night he hit 2 million again. Like last night his stream hits 2 million. So a lot of people are like, that guy's who botted it. Now, he's denied ever botting even his own stuff. So he's like, no, his numbers are real. And he denied botting Speed, but I think a lot of people started getting at it. You know, he started feeling away because he feels like Speed allowed it to be open to people saying that Dominicans bot or he's a botter. So what happened is that, first of all, he paid 1,000 pesos. Or not 1,000, it was like 2,500 pesos. Or no, 2,500 bucks, which is like 100,000 pesos. To cover up a mural of Speed. So it looked like he felt really offended. And he paid, it says, Alofoke, con da después, whatever. They feel that Speed spoke down on their country by saying it wasn't real and it was botted. So there was a Speed mural, they start covering it with paint. By the way, this is Santiago. By the way, let me just remind you of, like, you know, no disrespect to the Dominican Republic, and I'm gonna give y'all a lot of credit in a second. So, you know me, I love my Dominicans, so you know it could never be that. But I tell you what, money buys in that country. You know, I always compared. Even the first person who put me onto who he was Angelica. I used to date a girl named Angelica. Her name is Lil Gigi now, and like I remember she said he does what you do, and I always realized quickly. Like, he has, like, 50 million much more power. When people talk about power, it depends on where you're at. Like, for hip-hop in the United States, there's a lot of options beyond Akademiks. I might be the loudest voice. I might be number one, but there's others. Shit, he has such a lock on that country that literally, like, he's kind of like almost, he moves around it like he's God. And I say that to say is, like, when he wants to do some shit, you see, I don't know if this is the military or whatever, they roll with him. So there's like a content creator that, you know, is so fucking just popular and whatever. Over there, it's like he controls the country. He can do whatever he wants. And that's a different level of power, which I've never even dreamed of even touching. So, like, this guy's like out of this world. Also, he has a lot of success. We got to be honest. Anyway, so I just want to show you, you see, he comes to this place and look, you got the fucking military with him. He got bodyguards with him. This guy's like he's or is this police? I think it says policia. Okay. Yeah. The police, they're just like, whatever. Anyway, they covered the mural. He went on live. And essentially, people in the DR really love this guy. They love Santiago. And as much as people love Speed, they felt like Speed disrespected this guy and disrespected them. Okay. Here's some more shit. So their whole thing is, you're not going to accuse us of botting or accuse our country of not being legitimate or having this record, and we still have murals of you in the country. Hell nah. Okay? Okay. Now, it boiled onto online because Santiago started defending himself. And what ended up happening is that he kind of got on there and he said, yo, I don't know why these guys are trying to say like this shit was botted, but everything I do is real. So he showed like some of his numbers. And we're going to go through it a little bit, but he showed, let me read it. He said, show the full panel. Now, this is translated from Spanish because he doesn't speak English at all really much. So I think it means just show the dashboard. Show the dashboard. It said, dominate the power of streaming. He was next to the Sultan. So he calls himself the Sultan, or however that's said in Spanish. So he was saying that Speed was actually standing next to the real king of streaming, which was him. That's why the numbers went like that. He says his team must have told him who I am. And wherever it told him who I am, and wherever I am, there's a Dominican. Okay? And it made me actually think, because as much as some people don't like his pompous attitude, even some people in the DR, but he might be on to something. Okay? And I'm not here defending him, but I want to just actually break certain things down. So he posted his stats, and I want to show you these stats. It's in Spanish, so I'll translate a little bit. It says hours that's most likely watched. And this was very interesting to me. It says this is the type of how people view the content. Now, I'm actually making a case for him to say he's bigger than Kai, Speed, and Aiden Ross altogether. Not him as a person, but his brand. Again, remember, I'm going to keep throwing it up there. I know y'all going to say, nobody's bigger than Kai. Look, it jumped to 600,000. Look, just like that. 600,000. It was at 507, and within 5 minutes of us talking, it's at 6. Look, it's at 611. With all due respect, Kai Cenat cannot do that. With all due respect, Speed cannot do that. And with all due respect, Aiden Ross can't do that. So I'm only talking objective numbers, and I'm talking as if these numbers are factuals. Now, again, I'm always open to be wrong, but if YouTube could tell Speed that his stream was botted, YouTube could tell the world if this thing is botted. And this has been going on for months. Not a day, months. Actually, fuck months. A year. He's done 2 like reality show stuff, right? Where it streams nonstop around the clock. And then he's now done this third thing, and they all are doing crazy views. Views that I'm telling you, Kai Cenat can't see, Aiden Ross can't see, and look, Aiden Ross had to interview the president of the United States to get 500,000. This guy has 500,000 with people like brushing their teeth. Look.
Viendo a posición 5. Con la posición 5 esta semana.
There's nothing really going on. So anyway, he posted like his stats. So this is the back end stats. And this is where I think we should look into. And I do want my Dominicans. I have a lot of Dominicans, and y'all know y'all Dominican chicks I follow. I love y'all. Chat, I follow all bad Dominican bitches. Don't go through my phone. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, so I have a theory, and my theory is going to be that he's not botting. Okay? My theory is that he's not botting. Hold on, Mom's going. All right. Sorry. Okay. So. All right. You have to open my gate. That's fine. So one of the interesting things about this, right? Because if you look at here, there's a density chart of when most of the views come. It comes around like 8 o'clock. Makes sense. Or 6 o'clock. 6 to 8, that's when most of the views come in, which probably be the most times people watch YouTube. That's not the thing that kind of jumps out. What actually did jump out to me was this next thing. It's how people watch this show or watch this guy's channel. So he has 640. Oh my God, it's jumping about a second. He has 647,000 people watching right now. And according to his backend stats, 68% of that comes from televisions. Now, usually people watch YouTube on a phone, an iPad, some type of tablet. Usually it's not, or even a computer. Usually it's not on your TV. And I'm not saying people don't watch on TV, but usually that's not where you get the majority of your traffic from. Here's the issue, or not the issue. Here's the thing. And this is why I'm saying that maybe he's not using bots, but we got to analyze the culture of the DR. Apparently in Dominican Republic, YouTube is their cable. They don't really watch local stuff. They use their TVs to watch YouTube. So they'll put on these television stations, but it's being streamed through YouTube. So really, this guy's basically just like a TV channel. The reason why we don't know him is because, look, his traffic via cell phones is 30%. It's 30%. His traffic via TV is 70%. They watch him as if he's TV. You go to a barbershop, they're playing it. How are they playing it? They're playing it through YouTube. Apparently when you go into people's houses, they're just playing it on TV. This is like a channel, which that is not how America is. And number one, it would never be like that because Time Warner, well, let's say CBS and all these places, they would go bananas because it would mean all the TV traffic is not watching cable, it's watching YouTube. And some people say it makes sense. It makes sense to me. And that's kind of some people thought that meant that proved the bottom because they were saying that's not normal. Like I'll look at my own stats right now, right? I'm gonna tell you how y'all watch me. But I said y'all gotta understand Dominican Republic culture. In some places, that becomes the channel, right? Give me one second. I'm looking at my own stats. And by the way, Alofoke, he controls the music. He controls pretty much everything that's going on over there. I'll tell you. All right. Here we go. Here. I'm going to tell you how much. Okay, so for me, damn, on King Akademiks, we're 90-10, male to female, 90-10. Oh, wow. We still got 15% 18 to 24. We got 45% 25 to 34. So most of y'all, so over half my audience is younger than 35. Okay. And 32% of my audience is younger than 45. So about 90% of my audience is younger than 45. Okay. My top geography is 80% United States, 5% UK, and 4% Canada. All right, but where's the stuff we care about? Here's the stuff we care about. Okay. Wait, how do I find that thing? I don't have YouTube logged into on my phone, so I'm looking at here. No. It's audience, right? All right, why can't I find it? I thought it was going to easily pop up. I see the when do your people watch. Trying to see when they. Oh, okay, I found it. Yeah. So 61% of people that watch me watch on mobile phones. Oh, actually, even I didn't know people watch TV that much or watch YouTube on TV. 30% watch me on TV. Oh, wow, that makes sense then. Okay. So it's just flipped. So for him, 68% watch him on TV, 27 watch on the phone. And I would imagine it would be that because what he's specializing in now is creating these nonstop reality shows that have pretty expensive production that does look like a TV show. It just has zero ads. Except YouTube put the ads in. Okay, let's look at these other stats. He shows that in the last 48 hours, his show, this is a nonstop show, the 24-hour show, did 21.9 million views. Wow. Fucking amazing. And in the last 28 days, the show did 269 million views. He's coming with numbers, I can't lie. In the last 30 days, he's gotten 443,000 subscribers. Okay. And he's gotten 291 million views. I think he posted some more stats. Oh, yeah, he posted revenue too. Yeah, he's making a killing. Let me see where he posts. So he posted his revenue as well. And I guess he's trying to show y'all if he's buying, is the money he's paying. And by the way, I'm gonna get into him and Speed's cameraman beefing or like going back and forth. And he's shitting on Speed's cameraman. He's like, yo, he shitted on Speed's cameraman by saying, I see why you guys don't make no money. Like people tune into your stream for 13 minutes. People watch me for hours. It's kind of crazy. The Spanish dude is I guess he's like Bad Bunny. He's shitting on the US dudes though. So he posted it up in the last 30 days, 28 days usually, that's what YouTube puts. He made $3.3 million. So he made $3.3 million off his channel. So he's not hiding nothing. He's showing niggas like, he said, oh, how could I? It says, se me olvidó agregar estas. Okay, since I forgot this, here it go. So it made $4 million in the last 30 days. Printing cash. And he's kind of showing how people watch him. It's a reality show. Uber drivers will just have it on. People watch on their TVs. You can see somebody here that's watching it on their TV. A lot of people watch this. No, it's a TV. Is it a TV? No, it's a computer. But anyway, people watch this a lot. And, when we do discuss other streamers or cultures, we got to talk about it. Apparently, he has like a fucking fleet of cars and he owns like half the island, honestly. Yeah, owns half the island. That's one of the reasons I think 6ix9ine left DR, because 6ix9ine started beefing with him. Yeah, that guy's pretty powerful. Look at him as clowning Speed. He said 13 minutes of hold time, bad. Because so Speed's cameraman showed their next stream, which was in Jamaica. They said, listen, we don't got a bot. We are cool with what we do. So they did 200,000 or 194,000 peak concurrence in Jamaica. And this was the stats for it. And the Alofoke dude is like clowning him. Like, he's like, damn. So you had all that. He said 13 minutes of hold time. So you only held a person for an average of 13 minutes. That's really bad. He said that's, then he clowned him again. He says that's bad numbers for 50 million subs. It kind of puts it in perspective because, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, this guy's taking it really personal that he feels like Speed and his crew have kind of, allowed it, that it seems like he's botting. Nevertheless, Speed's cameraman responded a few times to him, and this is what he said. Okay? This is what he said. So this was Speed's cameraman in real time showing his numbers and saying, hey, listen, We're going to just tell the truth. We're not here to lie. We care about our community more than anything else. We don't have to lie. We're going to tell the truth and say we didn't break the record. Oh, no. Here we go. Where is it? Sorry. I'm trying to get to it. Okay. So, yeah, it started going back. He said, what more do you want to see, Hermano? So, because he posted his stats. I guess the dude was saying, why would you say it's botted? And he's like, I said it's botted because it is. You get what I'm saying? And Santiago Matias, he posted him having 1 million views. By the way, let me give this announcement, which I made this announcement for all you people that are a little bit out of touch, but record labels all know this. Shout out to my homies over at Capital. Record labels stop investing in nigga music. I'm going to be honest with you. They stopped investing in niggas in Memphis, Philly, and all that long time ago. They have all went to DR, and people in Dominican Republic, they stream like it's going out of this world. I got to figure out if they got cable there. Record labels signed, have went down there to, like Capital went down to Dominican Republic. Atlantic has been, infiltrating over there. That's where, you see how Bad Bunny streams? It's something about DR. It's like the Spanish capital of the world. Because once you're Dominican, you get the people from Paraguay, from Peru, from Ecuador, Mexicans like you. You have obviously Puerto Rico, who's very close. You have the entire Hispanic diaspora that really check you out. Most Hispanic artists stream, or they are actually, they get way more streams than U.S. artists. That's why labels have said, hey, let's chase the money. Who gives a damn what language they speak? This is just another facet of, again, I'm going to assume it's not botted, but how dominant the DR is. The Dominican Republic is this untapped, I want to say landmine of just amazing of streaming, if you ask me. Like, the biggest streamer in the world does not live in the United States. He lives in the Dominican Republic. And if you look at let's do some math real quick. How many people live in the Dominican Republic? It only has 11 million people. I think that has less than New Jersey. How many people live in Jersey? Yeah, it has. So Dominican Republic is like New Jersey. And the streams that come from it is ridiculous. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I'll give some examples. Here we go. Oh, here we go. All right. For example, like some of these artists, I'll pull up my Spotify right now. Some of these artists you've never heard of, chat. But I want to show you their size. And they're doing this by only streaming in their markets. They're not even streaming in the US markets like that. Okay. What would we consider popular? Let's type in Meek Mill. Is Meek Mill popular to y'all? Is he popular? Just say yes or no. Is Meek Mill popular or not? Meek Mill's popular? Okay. Now, Meek Mill, everybody would be like, that's a legend, this, da-da-da-da, whatever. He's like so good. There's like a pretty up and coming, she's still up and coming, star out there. She popped off not too long ago. Her name is Tokisha. You've probably never heard of her, bro. Same numbers as Meek Mill. Same numbers damn near. What is it? All right, he has 14 million, she has 12 million. The point is, you've never heard of her. You've heard about Meek Mill is like the best thing since sliced bread. His numbers is easily matched by somebody in the Spanish world. Like, that's why that area is so like special, because the way how we look at an artist that get to these numbers, they have artists like that popping up all the time. all the time. Chat, give me some more like Dominican artists. Give me some more Dominican artists. I'll look him up. Give me some more Dominican artists. And by the way, it's partly reason, even though Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico, but it's the reason why Bad Bunny's like king. You know what I mean? Like Bad Bunny's streaming like out the wazoo, and he doesn't even feel like he should learn one lick of English. He don't give a fuck. Name some DR artists, please. But chat, think about it. We got 500 million people. They got 12 million people, and they make music, and it's comparing to 500 million. That's the thing. Speed is an American English-speaking person. He's a streamer, the biggest. He gets 100,000. This guy in Dominican Republic gets 1 million. The numbers actually don't math, but it's all about. But to explain these numbers is explaining the lifestyle of these people. They stream way more than Americans. They watch YouTube as their TV. Do you get what I'm saying? Give me some names, chat. Give me some names. Okay, who do y'all think is popular? Okay, y'all think Lil Baby's popular, right? Right? Y'all think Lil Baby, well, we all know. Did somebody say Tego Calderon? Okay. I see. There's some Spanish people like Spanish people in there. Okay. So let's say Lil Baby. Let's go down the Atlanta crowd. Lil Baby, 32 million. 21 Savage. These are the biggest stars we think we have in our culture, right? 21 Savage. How much? 39 million. Let's look up Gunna. How many monthly listeners does Gunna have? 35 million. Who else? Let's see Ice Spice. Ice Spice, 15 million. Lotto. Where's Lotto at? Lotto, 16 million. Right? Sexy Red. Where's Sexy Red at? 19 million. Now, if I told you there was some nigga from Dominican Republic named El Alfa, that's kind of popular than half those people and closer to Lil Baby and 21 Savage more than any other person we could mention, you'd be like, what the fuck? It's a guy, you've probably never heard a song of him. 27 million monthly listeners. Like, I'm telling you, the Dominican Republic is a special place. It's a special place, man. Some people feel like it's the home of the bots. I think differently. I think different listening, they have different methods of listening, different methods of consuming content, and they've been kind of raised to be in this digital world way more than anybody else. You talking about Rochi? Rochi's like, I don't think he's going to be that big on here, but he's definitely well known there. See, all right, this one's calm. 3 million. That's calm. But yeah, even what's that girl that 6ix9ine used to date? Is she Dominican or is she Puerto Rican? Now, obviously, The Weeknd is bigger than like most of these guys except Bad Bunny. But Bad Bunny's from Puerto Rico. I keep having to say. The point what I'm trying to say is that Dominican Republic is a new hotbed for streams of everything. The biggest streamer is there. They have the most artists that's like, doing millions of monthly listeners. And there isn't much, they don't require much budget in terms of trying to get it to that point. The thing is that audience streams more than any other audience. Oh, Yailin, yes. Is Yailin Puerto Rican or Dominican? I think she's Dominican, right? She's Dominican, right? Oh, she only has 5 million. All right, that's calm. Where's 6ix9ine at these days? Where's 6ix9ine? Oh, he's at 13. Okay. Where's Anuel at? Or Anuel? Wow, 44 million. Yeah, it is what it is, man. So again, I'm kind of defending a bit this Alofoke guy because, you know, I think you might have a point that, you know, people in the Dominican Republic actually just stream more. So let me go into this back and forth a little bit more. I like what Twitter has done. They actually just automatically translate your words. Okay, where is it? Oh my God, I can't even find the original tweets. Okay. So it says, Speed Cameraman just spoke up where they put us Dominican gentlemen in a bad light because of one single person. Speed, someone that's beloved by the world, has visited all continents in all places of the world. Guess which country looking bad? And, this is what he said. He said this guy, Santiago, has been responding because his ego is hurt. He says his ego is hurt because he was caught. Speed wouldn't lie wouldn't go on live to lie. He never mentioned any names. He was transparent with his community because his community got played. They're showing the stats. Yo, we didn't have 1 point whatever million. And then this guy basically says, well, listen, and says, yo, they have 1.1 million constantly. I don't know. It's kind of odd. Anyway, what Santiago did was he wanted to show Speed like, yo, listen, I'm going to show you that I'm the biggest. And not only did they cover up the mural, what he did was he took over the streets of the Dominican Republic yesterday, and he made a movie. He wanted to show just how dominant he was. And look at this. Look what he'd end up doing, Chad. Look. This is just to show Speed who's the real king. The real king of streaming. It's this Dominican dude. Look, this is all the traffic, like, jam. Here we go. This is going to be better. Look. Right here, look. This is him showing Speed that when he wants to make a movie, this is how he's rocking. This is how he's rocking. He's the biggest streamer in the damn world. So, look.
Le toca hacer la paz con esto, gente, real. Tienen que callarse la boca, tienen que ver la grandeza. Ustedes no juegan para ser grandes.
It says, since the championship on mighty Aguilas Chibañas, there hasn't been so many people in the streets as the ones Alofoke has today. So he's sending a message loud and clear. If maybe we could say Speed and Aiden and them niggas is like the biggest U.S. streamers, but they're not the biggest streamers in the world. The biggest streamer in the world is that nigga.
Siempre, gente. Todo el mundo es Alofoke.
Okay. Oh, and he did it. When he did it, he had 2 million people watching. He brought out 2 million. This is last night. So he's shitting on Speed by saying, all right, nigga, go ahead with all that bot and shit you talking about. I'm about to block the streets, and I'm going to have 2 million people watch me again. I ain't gonna lie, it do be looking like a movie.
Esto rápido, en un minuto yo creo que voy a describir todo esto que está pasando. El artista más pegado ahora mismo, se llama...
I think he says people need to realize the world is changing. Like this guy Santiago and how Dominicans consume stuff, like from their numbers, they're kicking off artists, they're doing whatever. And just to be honest, like the dude's no small fry. When he comes over here, he does like these like festival type concerts. He does it at like the Barclays. He does it in arena. So the guy he's definitely not no fucking small fry. But I think when people see millions, it's crazy. I wish he spoke English.
para el planeta Tierra, un tipo de habla hispana.
Yeah, he's been shitting on Speed's numbers. So they have Speed numbers here. Sorry. They have Speed numbers here from Jamaica. And they're basically saying you got 53 million people subscribed, but only 194,000 people watching. And
Que pelea en la lucha libre. Yo quiero pelear ahora con Relámpago Hernández. Ponme la vaina en pantalla. Puedo abrir Relámpago Hernández. Oíste, LIRL, ya que estamos mirando números y ya que él quiso aquerosear República Dominicana porque era el sultán que estaba ayer con él al lado. Era todo el mundo. Luego de Peña Gómez, el líder de masa más grande que es República Dominicana es Santiago Matías. ¿O es mentira?
Continúa, bro.
Dígame un nombre de alguien que...
Lo que pasa es que tú...
Dime un nombre de un líder de masa más grande que Santiago Matías. Después de Peña Gómez.
Vamos bien y tú estás provocando a uno.
No, yo no estoy provocando. Dime un nombre. Dime un nombre.
okay, so I'll it's translated say he claimed to be the most influential mass leader in Dominican Republic since the death of the historic Jose Francisco Peña Gomez. He highlighted that his ability to mobilize citizens both on digital platforms and physical spaces is unprecedented in modern day communication. What do you think? So, yeah.
Westcol, el tal Carlos.
He sends a message for the Diddy of streamers? What? What else Diddy? What the hell? Yeah, so this guy's just shitting.
Pero sí, a Jorge Pavón el Molusco es non grata.
He's just shitting on people. Has another screenshot, 1.3 million. Yeah, all right. All right, so Speed and them got some work to do. The number one streamer in the world is in Dominican Republic. It's kind of cool. All right. Are we missing a topic here? I know today was an early one.